Nigerian engineer invents drone to detect kidnappers and terrorist hideouts. Nigerian robotics engineer Dr. Lushola Ayola has invented a carbon emission tracker drone that is capable of detecting hideouts of terrorists and kidnappers. The innovative capability of the drone surveillance is capable of discovering caves and forest areas inhabited by criminals. The engineer and founder of Robotic and Artificial Intelligence Nigeria revealed in an interview with Tech Digest. We discovered the carbon emission detected based aerial surveillance, which allows for a drone to sniff out hideouts through their carbon through through the carbon their activities emit. Okay, cool. So basically, with the vehicles that they have, plane crafts, obviously, the aircrafts actually emit carbon emissions, of course. So that would basically detect it in the air. But again, what if, for example, it's an aeroplane and they find out and they get to an airport? What would happen then? Well, it says as long as human life exists in a forested location, there must be carbon emissions, be it under a cave, under a canopy, or inside a bunker. That is true because as human beings, we breathe in oxygen and breathe out carbon dioxide. So I guess it's good. This reverse solution comes with a barrage of other responsibilities and insight to how we can bring back security of our dear nation and other nations in Africa. We cannot overemphasize the role of geospatial intelligence. So wherever government cannot be physically present, government intelligence must always be. With this new technology, we can quickly scan the entirety of our forest and game reserves to generate a real map of which spots of these hitherto assumed uninhabited forests have suddenly spiked up in human activities. If this is an indication of criminal enclave rapidly developing across the country, then it helps us nip the growth in the bud before it becomes another combative force. He said, well, that is good. He needs more investment. But then again, it's like, would this country, knowing how this country is, would they, I mean, not the country as in the people, but I mean the government, would they be in support of this? Of course, it's a drone and, hopefully it can disguise itself. I don't even know how that's going to be possible. But again, the technology can work and can be useful before we even bash and go anywhere with it. We just have to think the kind of government that, that we have, does that government does it reflect a government that would invest and even go to other engineers and universities and be like, okay, fine, how can we improve or even add more to this catalog? Well, let's look at what the first reaction says. Someone says this thing them go shoot easily. Well, hopefully it's not as loud or as obvious to see. However, it's just sniffing carbon emissions. So I think the question is how far can it sniff out the carbon emissions? Because it's in the air, but then again it's like there is carbon in the air. So again it's like there has to be like a huge percentage, yeah, a huge concentration in some areas where it might be that the drone itself would have to go there instead of going or sniffing the carbon emissions out from a distance. Someone says this is one of the reasons insecurity of any kind cannot be curbed in this country. These are information to be kept secretly while operations are being carried out underground. That is very, very true. Very, very true. I think there's some technology that we would just never know exists because the government owns it. When it comes to intellectual property, the government owns it, and so when it comes to things like this, we as a people, we don't even know how the government is fighting, but we know that they're fighting for us and they're using equipment that is high tech. And of course, this it's been a trend with Nigerian news. Even if it's anything new that could be used for good to combat anything, it is before it's even used. It's already out there in public, and it's everyone now knows, including their enemies. Of course, you'd expect that, or would you think that their enemies are not online? They know what is going on. Someone says that's beautiful. I think they saw some of our comments about drones. Doesn't mean that Nigerian military is backward with technology or the politicians refuse to buy for them. Well, it must be that the politicians are refusing to allow the development of a lot of things. Someone says deploy thousands to the forest at once. I don't think that's really smart. move to make. It's too drastic. For the fact that we already know about it, you really think they would not have time to already set up things that could possibly damage, the drones when they're, mid-air? So what else? Are they also detecting Sambisa forest? Well, it should, because it says forest in general, and of course this forest in the Sambisa forest is where, our main enemies lie. Someone says that's why they always feel they let the public know their plans. That's it. That is it. Again, at the end of the day, to be honest, as long as fixing a problem is not at the expense of another person's life or their human rights, I don't really think the public is too fussed on how this is being combated. The public want to see results, and that is the best and convincing way to build the trust that you have with the citizens, because they'd be like, what, with the results, they've been effective and consistently, they've been, making us safe. And I guess that's what people really need to know. Again, I think the biggest issue here is that we know about it, and this is a news, is a news. But it's like, what do you expect? If it's put out there, we have to give the news. I think that's the main thing. I don't think when it comes to intelligence or building things like this, I don't think Nigeria is lacking at all. It's just a lack of investment for the promotion for innovation, and that's basically it. Someone says science and technology are the yellow brick road we all deserve. Very simple: burn some leaves in different locations, or kill some animals and place them in different locations so they can eat meat, carbon dioxide, and the drone will get confused. Yeah, I mean, you're giving a counter plan, but it's a bit too detailed. And I just even think that that shoot on site thing, definitely. They might even have servers around Sambisa first, and like if there's any alien, what do you call it, alien body, then it to just detect that, okay, there's something hovering this space, and that's how they could find it out. Someone says this invention will be buried like others. Hopeless is alive and well. Congratulations to Nigerian technologists and engineers. Congratulations to them. I even think they've even done better than this, to be honest. But of course, it's just very suspicious how when it comes to talent and the actual knowledge and the skill that we have to make things like this, I don't even doubt that Nigeria for 1 second would lack in that area. They just need the right funding and the right use of resources to promote innovation of that kind, and we keep it to ourselves. It would be patented to Nigeria only. This is Nigeria intellectual property. That's it. So yeah, put what you think about this in the comment section below, and don't forget to like and subscribe.